Hey everybody, this video has been a long time coming, but I am finally ready to do a deep dive into my new pin organizing process. My friend Aaron is a gardener and he uses these photo organizing boxes from Michael's to organize his seeds. And when he was showing me one day that he had all his seeds organized into these little boxes, I thought, that would be really cool if there was cork inside so that I could put my pins in them. And as a result, I have this full container with this beautiful array of organized enamel pins. The reason it took me so long to do this video is because I have gone through a process of figuring out what materials are best, what's the quickest, most affordable way to do it. Also, these organizers that I get at Michael's go on sale every once in a while, but they stay on sale for a while. So I recently just picked up another one, and that's what inspired me to finally make this video because they're currently 70% off. I believe you can also find them at Ross. You can get them on Amazon, but Michael's is the way to get them really cheap when they are actually on sale. So if you have a bunch of pins and you want to commit to doing this project, I'd grab like as many as you think you need. There are 16 inserts per box. Each one fits a different amount of pins depending on what you put inside. But I'll give you a close-up of kind of like what the setup looks like for me. But I'll give you a quick rundown of the supplies, show you how to make it, and then give you a closer look at the final product. So the first thing you need, obviously, is going to be the most important part, the photo organizer. This is a photo and craft keeper. Like I said, I got it at Michael's. They originally are like 40 something bucks. The first time I ever did this project, they were on sale for, I believe, 40 or 50% off. And now they're on sale for 70% off, which means this was $13. So I did get two. Paid about 27 bucks because I do have a lot of pins to organize, and that's also the fun of this, is that once you get the cork inside of the container, you have a lot of fun to be had organizing your pins into a great way to store them, keep them safe, but also show them off. A lot of people say, don't you use your pins? The answer is yes, I do use my pins. There have been a number of scenarios where I organize all the pins into these containers and then I end up taking one out. Let's say I'm doing an Ahsoka outfit and I have a pin bag I want to display some stuff in. I'll take an Ahsoka pin container out. We also like to call this a pin-tainer, so love that. But I'll take the pins out of the display that I did and put them wherever I want to use them, or if I want to wear one on a shirt, things like that. And then I just put them right back where they came from. But ultimately, it's just been a really fun project. It like scratches an organizational itch in my brain, and it works really well for me as a creator because if someone says, hey, I'd love to see all your Mickey and Friends pins, I could sort through, find all my Mickey and Friends pins and show them in a way that looks really organized and fun, but also in a way that's easy to access. Getting into the nitty gritty, I have done a lot of experimenting with the cork. My first iteration of this project was a roll of cork I got at Michael's, and it was so thin that the pins were puncturing more than through it. So my original process was hot gluing two pieces measured out together, then adhesive taping that inside the container and putting the pins in after it's set. Everything will be linked in the description, and if there's not a link for it, I'll remind you where I got it. But now I have these adhesive backed cork pieces that are the perfect width for pins. I get them on Amazon. They're very affordable. There's little frame marks on each of these containers, and when I measured it, it's 4x6, which is a really easy measurement. There's no quarters, there's no halves, and this is really easy to trim those out of. So you do end up with like a little strip, but there's a number of things you could probably think to do with that. I've even thought to use that strip on a side of one of my bookshelves so that I could like have a row of pins. I have not actually tried that yet, but you could be creative with the way that you recycle that extra piece. I also have done a DIY project before where I filled a VHS tape box with pins doing the same method. It took a little bit more brain power, but I measured out like exactly 4 of this and then used the extra piece inside of the box. So that's an option. That's just all the pin ideas coming into one, but I believe I can get like 4 or 5 inserts done with just one of these things, and I think it came in a pack of like 6. So there was plenty to fill an entire pin container with what I got on Amazon. The other thing that I highly recommend getting is a self-healing mat. This is great for trimming things. Cork can also get pretty messy, so if you have like a tabletop vacuum, or maybe you want to put something down on the table so you can trap all of the shavings, that's a great idea. But I just trim right on top of this. I use a utility knife, also known as a box cutter, but this is a Scotch brand one, comes with a lot of refills, and I think that's pretty much it. There are a couple things on the final side that I'll share with you, like I got a label printer, and I do have silica gel packets that I also got on Amazon. because when you're dealing with pins and if you're worried about the wear and tear over the years and you're putting them open into these containers, a silica gel packet could keep them from getting moisture trapped inside if you ever open them and close them again. So that maybe isn't a very aesthetically pleasing solution, but it is great. You could always just remove the packet if you're showing it off for a video or what have you. Safe is always best. I think that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna jump off camera really quick and see if there's anything that I'm missing, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, so for the sake of you being able to see everything that I'm doing, I'm gonna get these out of the way. I'll grab one of these, and then I'll show you here. So from corner to corner, we've got the 6 inches, corner to corner, we've got the 4 inches. Just wanted to confirm that those measurements were correct. And then even better than a regular ruler, I have this T-square. So what you can actually do with that is guarantee a straight line because that edge comes right up to the cork. I like to do it just in case so I can see that it's accurate. We'll do this 6. Always make sure your fingers are well away from the edge. Pretty good. It is pretty thick cork, so I'll probably have to do another pass. Kind of want to hear it cut through that paper. How's that? Pretty good. There it is. Nice. Here's one extra piece. Yeah, I'd even consider cutting these up and using them to just transport pins when I'm at Disneyland. All right, so now let's do those 4-inch measurements. We already marked them. There we go. And it is time for the fun part. Just from that one strip of cork, we have 4 inserts worth of cork for the pins. Here, 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 and here. So you can see how they'll fit really nicely. The reason that this cork is so amazing is that it has the adhesive included. And this adhesive is meant for like people who are using this stuff to put it on their dorm walls, etc. So it's really strong, which is ideal. You can kind of see the difference in color when it starts to stick to the bottom there. So I love that. And then we're just gonna do it 3 more times. Okay, there we go. 4 inserts completely ready to be the new home for some pins. And now I would like to show you how it all comes together. So this is just an example of the first box that I did, and this is using the double cork that I was telling you about. So everything besides the cork is an example of how this kind of comes together. So we've got the pins in here. This is the silica gel packet that I was telling you about. You can get a bulk pack of these on Amazon. That will also be in the description. And then check it out. So we've got Ahsoka pins here. This is a really big pin, so I just kind of organized it with some of my smaller ones. And then right here, we have the label that says Ahsoka Tano, so I can keep it nice and organized, be able to access what pin is what, and when the box is closed, see what pins are in here. And that I did with a foam memo label printer that I also got on Amazon, but this is an example of having a lot more pins inside of one given container. Here is a munchling box, lots more pins in there. So this is a great example of how many you can fit. You know, there's 10 pins inside here, so it can be a pretty good amount of space. But yeah, got the label on that one too. Really satisfying end product and a really fun project to work on if you are a pin collector and wanting a fun new way to display your collection. This is what my backing setup looked like for a while. I got this at Target, and then I found an alternative on Amazon that will also be in the description. And now I just gotta make 12 more for this box, but I am always motivated by the fact that that means I can do some more organizing, because putting them in there is the most fun. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope this was as exciting for you as it is for me. I love this project. It has been one of my favorite things I've worked on this year. And make sure you tag me on socials if you try it out. See you next time.